Still at Rags-A-GoGo, still Josh with Suzanne, and still talking about the inventory that we got in here. So what am I going to talk about right now? The jean jacket. Jean jackets, denim, 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 denim. Always in, always been in, always will be in, I believe. So I'm going to show you once again the transitions from the late 80s into the early 90s and the big transition that happened. So when I'm talking transitions, by the way, I think I mentioned before, and I'm going to mention it again, I really, really love the differences between the decades. I love 1958 to 1962. I love 1968 to 1972. I love all of those, the turning of the different decades, and then what happens just a couple years before and just a couple years after, and the major changes in fashion that happened because of that. So I'm going to show you right now the big difference between jean jackets between the late 80s and the early 90s. Look at these two right here first, guys. We're going to show the 80s one first. So the 80s, you're going to notice really big arms, guys. Big shoulders, big arms, and it all tapers. Everything's tapering, just like the jeans. High-waisted jeans, tapered bodies. We have big arms with tapered bodies going down this way. Now we're going to go into the 90s. What happens in the 90s? Everything becomes really quite straight and much more fitted. This arm is not big, you guys. This arm is very fitted. The body is now very, very straight. We have a very straight on body going on here. The collars are also a little bit different too. They're much tighter collars. The 80s collars are much bigger and much more open. I'm going to show you a couple more examples here. I'm going to grab some black denim. Look at this Levi's. This is a huge jacket, just so you guys know. This is like a triple X, but I want you to notice how big the arms are. Once again, no matter how big the jacket is, it's still tapering. This thing is still coming down this way, okay? Just like the bottoms of the pants are doing it. The whole in 80s was all about oversized and tapered. Okay, so I'm going to turn around like this now, and then what did I talk about? The collars. Look at the collars. The collars are bigger. Everything's like bigger, better. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. Now we're going into the 90s. Things are changing rapidly. We're going right into much smaller collars. Once again, look at that arm, much more fitted. It's really quite Euro, that Euro fit. Turn around this way, you're gonna notice the body's very, very straight. We're no longer tapering, you guys. This is not a V down look. This is a straight cut look. Very clean, very straight, very fitted. One more example. This one's really cute. This is Old Navy's, early 90s right here. Look how nice and straight that arm is. Straight body. It's still kind of short here. It's a smaller jacket, but we have, look at the collars, much smaller here, guys. Everything's much shorter. The shoulder length from here to here. The sleeve's not down this way. Okay, so that's nice and straight. Next to it, 80s. Big sleeves. Look at that amazing taper on this one. This one has a great taper to it. Comes out this way and that way. So the 80s was very much like this. It just was like shoulders coming out and then that V down. Everything was like triangular. It was all this triangular type design going on. As we go into the 90s, everything's very up and down. We have the up and down, we have the sleeves up and down. We're no longer doing this. We're doing more square looks. So once again, I hope you learned a little bit of something between the transitions with jean jackets from the 80s into the 90s. And the next time you walk into my store or any vintage clothing store, you'll be able to tell the difference between a jacket from the 80s and a jacket from the 90s. So I hope you enjoyed this segment of Tidbits of Vintage, and we'll see you back here at Rags-A-GoGo.